Bickley and Marotta mornings. Arizona sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but the pictures I've seen of Marvin Harrison Jr. are way more valuable, more like 10 wins and a berth in the Pro Bowl. I mean, have you seen this guy? Swole and yoked don't begin to describe his gains. He looks like DK Metcalf. He's got more guns than Gilbert Arenas. He looks positively hulking and even better than advertised. Now, jacked up athletes aren't always a good thing. I mean, all that time in the weight room gave us a lesser version of Grayson Allen last year, and it's happened a lot to a lot of sports teams and athletes. But in the case of young Marvin, I think it's a great sign. It appears he now has the power to fight through defenders and excel at contested catches. His biceps are now warning signs to defensive backs, and more than anything, it shows how determined and how committed he is to making a huge jump in his sophomore season, something the Cardinals offense desperately needs. Now, there were times in year one when I was worried about the softness in Harrison's game, a player who did not look all that comfortable for much of the season. But there is nothing soft about his offseason. To the contrary, it paints the picture of a serious football player, somebody determined to be as great as we want him to be. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW. Make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
You got to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, sure.
For our viewers on our stream and on YouTube, our YouTube channel.
The Bickley Blast has got a prop.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's got headgear.
So good. Fire takes.
Jared Carlin has delivered. I told him about a week and a half ago, I need a fire wig.
Yeah, what was the player whose fans?
It's the new dude on the Cubs, the Korean player.
No, it's the center fielder for the Giants.
The Giants, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I will butcher his name.
Jung-Hoo Lee?
Jung-Hoo Lee,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, so he's got all the fans who wear fire wigs.
Yeah.
And so I've got one now. And I'm going to wear it. It's ironic that the first fire blast, though, with the fire wig takes place on that's not a critical blast.
No,
that's
it wasn't.
Complimentary.
Well, you don't have to wear it
blast.
every time. You could wear it for it's up to you. You could wear it for specifically hot takes if you want.
Right.
But it is funny that the very first part of the first blast with the wig was a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, really.
And that's something.
I thought you were talking about the prop.
Uh-huh. No, that's fantastic. How'd you find this, Jared? Just went online?
Yeah,
How
you
does
just
it work these days? How does
Amazon.
getting online work these days?
You just kind of look up.
What do you mean you got it from Amazon?
fire
What do you mean?
wigs?
What does that
and-
mean?
Yeah.
No, I know.
Oh man, I forgot about that one. That was a good drop.
No, Jared.
Sammy hasn't heard a lot of these.
I told
ones.
Vic the story over the weekend. Jarrett sends me a picture. It's like because you had mentioned off the air you wanted one of those wigs.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe you mentioned it on the air.
On the air, yeah.
And you sent me a picture over the weekend. Got the wig. And then yesterday he's like, "Oh, I forgot the wig."
I put it by the garage door on
Just to make
top
sure-
on top of my shoes,
And you still
and
forgot.
I still forgot it.
That's
So I put it in
fantastic.
my car when I
That's
got home yesterday.
Well, good job, Jared. When they say it's being distributed on Amazon, what does that mean?
Now,
was a different
granted,
time, though.
that was not that cut is like 8 years ago. 2016. I happen to love the new prop.
That's fantastic.
Marvin
isn't it?
Harrison Jr.'s got more guns than Gilbert Arenas,
babe.
He's more yoked up than a 3-egg omelet at Denny's, babe. All right, you hit on something interesting because you said, all right, you questioned the softness at times, and I think a lot of people saw that. I wouldn't say physicality was the hallmark of Marvin Harrison Jr.'s rookie season. Did it need to improve? Yes. And it is encouraging that, and it was downplayed by Marvin Harrison Jr. when he spoke to the media yesterday. Oh, it just kind of happened naturally. The team didn't say that I needed to do this. I didn't say I needed to do this. The fact of the matter is he does look visibly
It's
way
stunning.
different.
Stunning.
But how much of what we saw in terms of the softness, how much of that is physical, how much of that is mental? The mentality also has to match what you're putting out there physically.
And I think that's exactly the point of all of this. I think his uncomfortableness came from the surprise of, wow, there are a lot of big dudes out here ready to take my head off. And I think that this is a response to the way he felt early in his career. And so to answer your question, I think the physicality will come, and the better player will emerge from his comfort level of being on a field with trained killers. Metaphorically speaking.
Thank you. He also
because nobody would know if I didn't say that. So, but seriously, that is why I'm going overboard with this story, because I think it really gives an insight, and the fact that he is just low keying this the way he is, like, oh no, I just maybe had some more protein and just kind of happened naturally. No, that doesn't happen naturally at all. That takes a lot of work.
And he said something in the press conference yesterday about him wanting to break more tackles, aka wanting to put on more weight. That was noticeable last year. When he would catch the ball, the first person to get there would
get
more
him
often than not get him to the ground.
Yards after catch were near the low point of wide receivers. He did talk yesterday with the media about where he's gotten better in his mind mentally going into year two.
Like I said, instead of running a dig route, what's the defense doing, where am I going to catch the ball out, catch spot, just all those different things, where am I going to attack the ball after I catch it. So just thinking about all those different concepts before, I think that's the next step for me, just being more comfortable playing the game too.
You feel more comfortable heading into year two?
Yeah, definitely. I think that just happens with any type of time. You just feel more comfortable naturally.
Yeah, and then on the physical part, how his new body, new physique can help him on the field.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, always football's a physical game. A lot of contested situations, as well as you got receiver contested catch situations, run off the catch, and things like that. So, we'll see how things play out throughout OTAs and training camp. We'll see where that goes.
If he can add the yards after catch, the breaking tackle, the contested catches, I mean, there's no reason why, especially with the way that this wide receiver room is constructed. Look, I expect Trey McBride to have huge numbers, but there's no reason why they both can't be 1,000-yard receivers next year. Because he's going to, the wideout position, he's going to get the bulk of those targets.
Yeah. And so this is very, very exciting, because it really is essential that he makes that jump, and to see him, to see what he has done, you understand, just like Corbin Carroll's offseason, that this guy had one mission in his offseason, and that was to get better as a football player. That is so reassuring for a young player.
Oh, absolutely. He also talked about how he would look back and evaluate his rookie season.
Yeah, obviously there's always room for improvement, no matter, for me, every season, how every season goes, no matter how it goes. I'm always looking to improve, get better for the next season.
Yeah, so like I said, there's a natural downplay mentality from Marvin Harrison Jr., which is fine. You don't have to be the loud, needy diva wide receiver that so many other teams have.
Right.
You can still be just as effective with that kind of mentality. A very humble guy, it appears.
Yeah. No, very much so. And that was part of what I was worried about. He was such a nice kid, such a sweet kid, that I wonder, is there ferocity? Because you need it in the NFL. And so, yeah, listen, for a team that has added a ton of stuff to their defense and very little to their offense, this is exactly the visual I needed to get hyped.
I didn't expect, because you'd heard about it.
Yeah.
But to see it when he was on the podium yesterday, I had the same reaction you did. I was like, Sheesh.
Right.
I'll have what he's having.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.